Have you noticed how life feels heavier these days, even when nothing seems clearly wrong? You wake up, go through your responsibilities, and try to do everything you are supposed to do. On the surface, life looks normal, yet somewhere inside, there is a quiet weight that does not leave. This feeling is not always loud or dramatic. It does not announce itself or demand attention. It simply stays in the background, following you through the day. Many people carry this feeling silently, without knowing how to explain it or where it comes from. And if you have been feeling this way, the first thing you should know is this: you are not weak, and you are not alone. This tiredness you feel is not physical. It is emotional and mental. It's the kind of fatigue that sleep alone does not fix. You can rest, yet still feel drained. Because the mind never truly switches off anymore. It keeps thinking, processing, and worrying in the background. Even during moments that look like rest, the mind stays alert. Many people carry this silently, without giving it a name. They continue showing up, functioning, and doing what life asks of them. But inside, there is a quiet exhaustion that builds over time. If this sounds familiar, know that this experience is more common than you think. This feeling has become common because life today demands constant attention. Messages, notifications, news, and expectations keep pulling the mind in different directions. Even when nothing urgent is happening, the mind stays alert, as if something might come up at any moment. Silence no longer feels quiet. It feels unfinished. So the mind keeps filling the space with thoughts, plans, and worries. Over time, this constant alertness becomes exhausting. The mind rarely feels safe enough to slow down completely. And when the mind does not rest, the body quietly absorbs the strain. This is not because you are doing something wrong. It is because the world rarely pauses anymore, and neither does the mind. When the mind stays tense for too long, the body begins to carry that tension. You may notice it as constant tiredness, heaviness, or a lack of energy. Even after resting, the body does not feel refreshed. This happens because the body follows the state of the mind. When the mind never truly relaxes, the nervous system stays switched on. Rest then becomes shallow, not restorative. Pauses feel rushed. Even moments meant for relaxation feel incomplete. Slowly, this state becomes normal, and we stop questioning it. We assume this is just how life feels now. But this heaviness is not a flaw in your body. It is simply the body responding to a mind that has not been given enough safety or stillness. When people feel this constant heaviness, they often turn the blame inward. They tell themselves they are weak, lazy, or not managing life properly. They compare themselves to others who seem to cope better. But this way of thinking only adds another layer of pressure. The truth is, this heaviness is not a personal failure. It is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a natural response to living in a world that rarely slows down. A world that expects constant availability, constant effort, and constant strength. Feeling tired in such an environment does not mean you are failing. It means you are human. And recognizing this is not weakness, it is the first step toward relief. When we feel heavy, we often think the solution is to push harder or become more motivated. But the mind does not heal through pressure. It heals through safety. What helps is not doing more, but creating small moments where the mind feels allowed to rest. These moments do not need to be long or complicated. They simply need to be consistent. When the mind experiences regular pauses, the nervous system slowly begins to settle. The body follows that sense of safety. Energy returns gradually, without force. Calm begins to replace constant alertness. This is why small, gentle practices done daily are far more powerful than big changes done once in a while. Relief does not come from effort. It comes from allowing yourself to slow down, little by little. One of the simplest ways to bring safety to the mind is to begin the day slowly. Most people start their morning by immediately reaching for their phone. Before the body has even woken up, the mind is already pulled into information, messages, and demands. Instead, give yourself just a few minutes of stillness. Do not check your phone right away. Sit quietly. Take a few slow breaths. Let your body arrive before the world does. This small pause signals to your nervous system that there is no emergency. That you are safe in this moment. Over time, starting the day this way reduces mental rush and creates a steadier foundation for everything that follows. During the day, the mind slowly builds tension without us noticing. We move from one task to another, carrying thoughts, deadlines, and expectations. This is why a small pause in the middle of the day matters. It does not need to be long. Even 1 minute is enough. Stop what you are doing for a moment. Drop your shoulders, relax your jaw, take a slow breath in, and let it out gently. This simple pause tells your nervous system that it can release some of the pressure. When done regularly, these small pauses prevent stress from piling up silently. They create space in the mind, allowing you to continue the day with more clarity and less exhaustion. How you end your day matters more than most people realize. Even if the day was busy or stressful, the evening is a chance to signal closure to the mind and body. Begin by slowing your movements slightly. Lower the lights if you can. Reduce stimulation instead of adding more. Avoid rushing into the next thing. Take a moment to notice your breath and your surroundings. Let your body know that it no longer needs to stay alert. This gentle slowing helps the nervous system shift out of survival mode. Over time, ending the day this way improves sleep and reduces the feeling of carrying unfinished weight into the next day. You are not fixing everything. You are simply allowing the day to end. There is a point where effort alone is not enough. Where the mind becomes tired of trying to control everything. This is where trust becomes important. Life was never meant to be carried entirely by our own strength. Some weight is meant to be surrendered. Trust does not mean giving up or becoming careless. It means accepting that not everything needs to be solved right now. That it is okay to place certain worries down for a while. When you allow yourself to trust, the heart feels lighter. The mind loosens its grip. Even in uncertainty, there can be peace. Faith, in any form, reminds us that we are supported in ways we cannot always see. That we do not walk alone, even on difficult days. And sometimes, simply letting go is the most healing thing we can do. If life feels heavy right now, be gentle with yourself. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are responding to a world that asks a lot. Small pauses matter. Kindness toward yourself matters. Slowing down matters more than pushing through. You do not need to change everything at once. Just begin with awareness. Begin with softness. Begin with trust. Over time, these small choices create space. And in that space, the heaviness slowly begins to lift. You are doing better than you think. Let today be enough. Before this video ends, take a moment to pause. Notice where you are sitting. Notice your breath. Nothing needs to be fixed right now. Nothing needs to be rushed. Life is allowed to move slowly sometimes. You are allowed to move slowly too. Carrying less does not mean caring less. It means choosing peace where you can. Even small moments of awareness create change. Even gentle choices matter. Let today be lighter than yesterday. Let this moment be enough. And as you return to your day, take this feeling with you. The knowing that you are not alone, that you are supported, and that slowing down is not falling behind, but coming back to yourself. You don't have to figure everything out today. Some days are meant for holding less, breathing deeper, and trusting that what feels heavy now will not always feel this way. Slow down. You are allowed to rest without falling behind.